All right, everybody, this is the JK Theory. Here we talk about everything and anything. We don't leave any stone unturned or untouched. We give it to you raw and uncut, never sugar-coated at all. Even the serious topics, they always get their little comedic twist in there because at the end of the day, you just got to laugh about life. Am I right?
Most deaf.
So, at the JK Theory, I'm Jay.
I'm K.
This is the JK Theory podcast. So, tonight's episode, we're just going to run through some questions and we'd like to get some feedback. So, if you guys agree or disagree with us, leave a comment. Please remember to subscribe. Okay. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to thumbs down it. You ain't got to subscribe. That helps us tremendously. We're trying to grow the channel. So, here we go. I'm going to give you the questions. And what's nice is on these questions, you're going to get not only a man's perspective, obviously, but I'm married. Okay, you're single, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get both sides of the same coin here. All right. So the first one is, should you prioritize your relationship of who you choose between somebody that you're passionate about or somebody that you have stability with? So are you just going to hook up with somebody because you lust over them? Or are you just going to hook up with somebody because you know that they can be your rock or you're going to be better off with that person? What do you think?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm probably going to say stability. Uh, just because, the attraction per se, the fun time, that could wear off after a while. And having somebody that's actually stable, that's going to have your back, that you have their back just as much, somebody you can count on, that you know is going to be there, I think that's a little bit more important.
I agree. I think it all depends on the individual, right? Because if you're asking me in my state right now where I'm married, I have kids, I'm going to choose stability. But if you were to ask, you know, 17, 18, 19-year-old me, no, I mean, I'm tempted. I'm a man.
Of
There's
course.
going to be temptation everywhere. But that's little man thinking, right?
Yes.
So big man thinking, grown up thinking is temptation's always going to be there. It's what you choose to do with it. So stability, man, that doesn't come every day. That's not available everywhere you go. There's people that never find stability.
Yep.
So if you have the opportunity or the chance to find someone like that and you can love them and they love you back, that's beautiful. Stick with that. So next question. Is it okay to use dating apps while in a relationship?
I'm going to say no. Uh, I mean, if you're already dating somebody, well, okay, I can't say no because dating doesn't mean I'm with you per se. So I might still be looking for something. Just because we're dating don't mean we're together.
Okay. So it pretty much matters like where in the dating relationship you're in, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay. So if it's something new, I mean, come on, it's 2024, right? A lot of these dating apps claim to be free, but you end up paying something, or you're paying something monthly or yearly, whatever it is. Just because you went on one date, you're not going to cancel your accounts. You're going to keep going
Yeah,
out there looking, seeing what's there. If that dating evolves and becomes something,
right,
Uh,
exactly.
I'm married. I am not downloading any dating app whatsoever, so that's an easy one for me. But let me put you into a situation. So
Okay.
let's say it's a little bit beyond dating. You're now calling her your girlfriend. She's calling you the boyfriend.
Okay.
But you haven't met each other's family yet.
Okay.
But there's something there. There's definitely something there. Do you cancel your apps at that point?
If I think that this girl is something serious and I really, really like her, then yeah, I'm not even going on the date naps anymore. For what? Like I think I found what I'm looking for. I don't need to keep looking for anything. So yeah, subscription will be canceled.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel that. I feel that. So, with that, is it better to have an open relationship or a monogamous one?
I mean, if you asking me, I'm more open in a relationship. That is more my thing. I don't I don't necessarily feel like one person for one person type thing. Because I look at it, if that's the case, then when that one person die, then you can't talk to anybody else because that was your one person.
Hmm. Okay.
So no, I don't believe in necessarily the monogamous relationship. That's that's just who I am. Like I'm very open about stuff. So yeah, I'm for open relationships.
Okay. I feel you. I mean, it definitely gets tricky when you're married, when you have kids,
Yeah.
especially when you're a part of a community. Like I'm very involved in my community. My wife is as well.
Hmm.
Um, there's a lot of questions there. I think it depends on the bond, right?
Yeah.
Is she truly comfortable with that? Am I truly comfortable with that? I know of people that have open relationships where it's okay for the female, but it's not okay for the male, or vice versa. It's okay
Mm.
for the male, but not okay for the female. So is it a two-way street? Is it a one-way street? What do you think?
For me, I'm open. So it's both way street. You know what I'm saying? What's good for one is good for the other one. That's how I feel. Like, but every relationship is different. And the biggest thing in any relationship, I don't care if it's open or monogamous, is communication. You have
Mm,
to have that communication with that other person because if you don't, then it doesn't matter. It's going to get screwed up anyway.
okay. So I'm gonna switch theories here.
Of course you are.
When do you bring this up? Like,
Me,
is this in like the beginning? Is this once you're boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, how do you bring it up?
okay, so me, I'm anybody that knows me know I'm open as I'm open. I'm right up front. I'm just honest. So I'll tell people up front, listen, this is who I am. If you want to deal with me, this is what you get. Point blank period. Take it or leave it. I don't pressure anybody. That's not who I am. You either want to do it or you don't, which is fine with me either way. But I let people know right up front, like this is who I am. So if that's not who you are, if that's not what you're into, that's fine. That's cool. I respect that. But you know, that's what it is, and I think that's what people need to be. I think upfront, let people know what you're into, who you are, what you're about, and then that's where dialogue and communication also comes through. Because some people, they might not think they're into it, but once you start talking about it and bringing them in, they're more open to it.
Okay. And do you think it's and obviously this really depends on where the communication is, right? But
Right.
do you think it's fair if it's like, okay, the female, you can be with other females, the male, I can be with other females,
Mhm.
but we don't bring no other dude involved?
I mean, some people are okay with that. Some people are okay with like it all depends on what your relationship is. Like if that's something where the woman and the male are like, okay, you can have your fun, but it has to be a female, and she's like, well, bet that's fine with me. Then it's cool. Some women aren't like that. Some women are like, if you having your fun, I need to have mine too on the side. It also comes with how secure you are. or insecure you are, because some people can't deal with that. Some people,
Right.
they think they can, but then when the situation occurs and it's like, yeah, no, I can't do this type thing. So you also have to be a secure person. You have to know what you're about. You have to know who you are pretty much. And then you go from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think it really does depend, which is really important, to our listeners who are listening, right? Listeners listening, is you you have to be able to speak with your partner and just lay it all out.
Yep.
Okay. And I'll tell you, men's egos are fragile.
Very.
So are women's feelings and women's egos. It
Yep.
works both ways.
Facts.
So if you're into something so much and your partner isn't, not to say that you can't do it or won't do it, but I think you need to work on the communication. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
With that being said, the next question: should you change for your partner?
No. No. If you're going to change, then you need to change for yourself first of all. And if this is how I met you, why do I have to change to keep you?
What if the change is for the better?
How could it be better?
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
When I met my wife,
Yeah.
I used to smoke Black and Mouse,
Okay.
and she she never really mentioned it. Um, when we when she was pregnant with our first child, I would never smoke in the house. Obviously not.
Hmm.
Never smoke in the house. I'd always go outside.
Right.
However, when we found out we were having a child, she literally was like, "Okay, you had your fun. You did this and that. That you got to cut it off."
Yeah.
And I did. I cut it off. I bought the cheapest pack of cigarettes I could find, and it had some Indian looking dude on it. And I smoked every single one back to back, back to back, back to back until I puked, and I stopped cold turkey. So to me, that was a change that was for the better. Obviously, in the long run, heck yeah, much better, right? I'm not
Right.
smoking. I don't have lung issues, nothing like that. So that's a positive change. Another example is, what about people that might be alcoholics or people that might be into drugs, and their partner pretty much puts it in their mind and puts it in their face. Look, you can't do this. You're gonna kill yourself. It's gonna lead down a bad road. So in that aspect of things, that's a positive change, right?
Right. It would be, but it's hard because if you knew this person was on drugs beforehand, they're like, "Well, you love me while I was on drugs before. Why do you not love me like it now? What's the change that in me that I?" But I get it. Like I get that part. That's something that needs to change because she don't want to find you, or he don't want to find you on the freaking floor dead, you know, or your kids might find you all strung out and they don't know what to do because mommy or daddy is all flipped out and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, there are changes sometimes that need to be made, but it's within that person to have to want to do it. Like no matter what somebody ultimatum is, you still have to be the one to do it. So I think that a person has to want to change, and it could be maybe a little inspiration from the person that they're with, but at the end of the day, that change has to come from inside of you.
Okay. I think it really depends too on what the change is. I mean, if the change is like obvious, you shouldn't be
Hmm.
smoking because you shouldn't be smoking. It makes sense, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be spending every dollar that you have on drugs. Obviously, you shouldn't be doing it. So, yes, I think it does depend on what the situation is. Should you change for your partner? I can't completely say no. because I have changed. I have changed a lot of things. I've calmed down a lot, and I think I've changed for the better. Um, but I'm coming from a different mindset, right? Like I've got a tremendous bond. I've been with her for many years, you know. However, I do take it as an insult if I'm meeting someone for the first time and we are dating or just getting to know each other, and you hit me with the line, "You think you had one too many Coronas?" It ain't none of your business how many Coronas I had, okay? Like you need to hold on, okay? So red flags, red flags. Just pay attention to those
Red
things.
flag, like,
Exactly. Don't mold me into something that you think I can be when in reality you don't know me, lady. Okay? You know, so when it comes to relationships, we always hear that, it should be 50-50. It's not 50-50. I do more, blah, 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 blah. So, should relationships be 50-50 or 100-100? And you know I'm going to hit you with some theories. So,
yeah, of course you are. Uh, I'm gonna say that's hard. I think it should be equal. I think roles. Everybody has their role. So the woman has her role in the relationship, and the guy has his, and altogether it becomes a full circle. So I say it's 100-100, or 50. Actually, technically, it'd be 50-50. So I would say
okay.
50-50. Yeah.
It's the JK theory. That's the name of the podcast.
Here we go.
Okay. Perfect example. Okay.
Yes.
What if you, sir, are working two jobs?
Okay.
You're barely home.
Mhm.
You barely have days off, right?
Uh huh.
When you do, you either want to sleep, get some rest, or you want to go out and have fun, do your thing, blah, 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 whatever the case is. And you're living with your lady and she don't work. She's stay at home. She's taking care of the kids. She's taking care of the house, this, and that. Is it still 50-50?
Yes, but here's the thing. So if I'm working two jobs and you're a stay-at-home mom, which is perfectly fine, but that stay-at-home mom has a job to do as well. So your job is to maintain the house, the cooking, the cleaning part. Well, I will help with the cleaning per se, but cooking is definitely yours. That's 100% yours. That there is no there is
So,
no debate about that one.
just to give you a mindset of how it is, right? So, if a mom that's a stay-at-home mom and she's taking care of kids in the house,
Yeah,
she wears a lot of hats. Like she's not only the chef, she's not only the cleaner, but she's dealing with doctor's appointments.
yeah.
She's dealing with school, especially if
Hmm.
there's school visits, principals, counselors. Lord forbid there's some medical issues with the kids where she's dealing with a lot of appointments. If you have multiple kids, it's multiple personalities. At the same time, she's got to deal with you whenever you have a bad day or you're in your mood. You know, she doesn't get to punch out. She
Right.
punches in, she never gets to punch out. She's mom, 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 mom 24/7. And when you get off of work, you expect your home cooked meal,
I
and
expect
she's got it
everything.
ready. She's got it ready for you. You expect your clothes clean and hung up or whatever. She's got it ready for you. And do you still think it's 50-50 at that point?
Yes. Yes, I do.
No, I think it weighs more on the woman at that point.
I disagree. And this is why. I have two jobs. So I'm working all day too. I'm going to make sure the bills are paid, that we can have food on the table, that we have clothes on our back. And when I get home, I also have to deal with you. I have to deal with the kids as well. So
You remind me of
I
that
can
joke.
break.
You remind me of that joke where it's like, "Oh, it's Valentine's Day, honey. Did you get me something?" He walks over to the light switch. Yes. Click,
Yeah.
click, click. Happy Valentine's Day, baby.
We got lights.
There you go. So, okay, theory again. Let's say
Yeah.
you don't have two jobs. You got one job.
Okay.
Okay. You got one job. You got a stay-at-home wife.
Mhm.
She's taking care of the kids, doing all that stuff. You have a busy job, even though it's one job, it's still a busy job. Crappy hours, right? So you get home from work, you're tired, you're beat, you just want to chill and relax. And you do chill and relax. And there's so much to still get done. Is it still 50-50 at that
Yeah, because eventually I'm gonna have to do it.
point?
Just because I
Yeah.
take a little breather and rest for a minute, don't mean I still ain't got a job to do at home. Like, regardless of the fact, I still have stuff to do there. So it's still 50-50. We still both play our roles within the house as well. I just get to go out the house a little bit more and deal with it.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. So my aspect of it, I think that stay-at-home moms, especially if they have children that they need to take care of,
Mhm.
man, salute to y'all, to the good moms, right? Because there's some moms that face
I
it,
was,
they
I
don't.
was, I was just about to stop you, like, not
Yeah,
all of them are good at this, though.
yeah, yeah, yeah. To the good moms, to the ones that actually, go to the appointments and
Yeah,
take care of it all, and man, that are just on the go. Um, I don't think it's 50-50. I think it's definitely like a 75-25. I think the moms just do so much more. However, I feel that they should because they do stay at home. They build that bond with the children. They know what's going on inside and outside of the house. Dad isn't always there. He's not always around. Doesn't really know what's going on until last minute, and you just got to roll with the punches.
what about a stay-at-home dad?
Stay-at-home dad. I mean, it's the same rules the way I see it. Because either way, if it's a stay-at-home dad, then dad is responsible for those doctor's appointments. Make sure the kids get to school. Make sure the kids, if they get sick at school, they get picked up. Make sure that if they're doing sports or whatever, they get sent off there. Their clothes are clean, their lunches are made, my wife's dinner's done, the laundry's done, the house is done. And you still got to do grocery shopping, and you still got to maintain yourself, and it's a lot. It is a lot. And I can speak from my perspective. There was a point where my wife had to go through so many surgeries within a year's time. Like,
Mm.
it's insane. It's 22 surgeries within a year time.
Yeah,
And I had to pretty much play stay at home dad. So I did it for a year, and it's insane. Okay. You're constantly washing dishes, doing laundry, cleaning, cooking. I mean, it's wow. And thankfully I don't do that anymore. So I work and she takes care of it. So I understand when she's tired. I understand when she needs her feet rubbed and her back rubbed or whatnot, and she needs to take a drive. I get that. That used to be my thing. I'm like, babe, I'm going on the drive. I'll be back. And now she goes on the drive to just blow off steam. I totally feel that. I get it. Whoever's staying at home and taking care of children, especially children with lots of needs, whether it's they need to go to work or they have football or baseball or any extracurricular activities. It's a lot, homie. It's a lot. Especially these days where it's not like back in the day where if you were in football, you just went to practice, right? your mom didn't go, your father didn't go, whatever didn't go to practice with you. You went by yourself 2 hours, 2.5 hours every day. You can't do that anymore. You got to watch who's around your kids. So my wife, she goes to the practice and she's there 2.5 hours in the sun watching our kid play, watching our kid practice. At the same time, doing the laundry, doing the dishes, doing the shopping, doing the cooking, doing the cleaning. Whoa, she does a lot. So salute to her. Yes, I'm getting some brownie points on this one. But
I see that you put it on thick.
yeah, no, women do a lot, man. The good ones do a lot.
Now
So
wait a minute though.
yes,
I gotta stop you because the people that go to work, we have to get up to. We have to deal with people that we do not want to freaking deal with. Not only that, we have to always worry about our job closing or our job firing us or whatever mishaps that might happen. We have the pressures of projects that have to be done. Like it's still, to me, it's still the same thing. It's just different ways of looking at it. So, what about the mothers that kids are in school?
so I get that, and there's definitely stresses on both angles, right? But the same way that we have to worry about our deadlines that we have to meet and the people we have to get along with or deal with, well, believe it or not, mothers have to get along with their kids as ignorant, uneducated, disrespectful they can be. She still has to get along with them. She still has to take care of them. She has to nurture them. She has to nurture us. Like she has to keep the relationship at home healthy as well. So just like you don't want to piss off your boss, you don't want to piss off your partner. So she has to worry about that too. Imagine that. Oh, my husband's at work. You know, I made him his lunch. I hope he likes it. Was it good? Was it enough? Is he all right? How's he gonna act when he comes home? Oh, I didn't have this ready. Is he gonna be mad? Like there's all those worries and all that stuff going on in their head as well. So it's not who's better, but I do see the stress in a woman, and again, the good women that actually take care of their household. It's a lot, man. It is a lot. So that's why I don't mind busting my ass at work and doing what I can so I can take that vacation or I can take her out on a date or take her out and spoil her because she's definitely earned it. And I have a job, full-time job, and I also have a part-time side business. So I'm busy all the time. And this podcast is actually starting to become a business as well. So yeah, it's crazy. My time is pulled everywhere in every direction. I've got 4 kids of my own, one that's in football. So I'm busy 24/7. But I can honestly say my wife is busier than I am. So it's insane. Um, to the good ones. Now, if you're a stay-at-home mom right now and you've got 2, 3, 4 kids, and you're like, what is Jay talking about? I'm not that busy. You probably ain't on your shit. All right? Probably ain't. You need to do something, okay? So yes, definitely great question, great aspects from both. Um, I do feel that in my relationship personally, it is 75-25. My wife's beating me there. She's doing so much more. And she also helps out her family members. She's constantly helping out, mothers, aunts, uncles, cousins. So man, it's insane.
Yeah,
It's
shout
insane.
out
You've seen it from your perspective.
oh
You've
yeah,
witnessed
for
it.
sure.
She's busy as hell. So yeah. Yes, shout out to her. Absolutely. So, do you think it's okay? This is the next question. Do
Okay.
you think it's okay? I can't answer this. So, do you think it's okay to date someone that was previously married?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it matter how long ago?
They're divorced, right?
Yeah.
Then I don't care. You're
Okay.
not with them. You're not
So,
together for a reason.
absolutely, absolutely. So, should you forgive a partner who's cheated?
Me?
Yeah.
No, no. I guess because I look at it as because I'm so easy to talk to about everything, and I'm open to a lot of different things that most people aren't. That if you cheat, then that means you're a liar and conniving, and I can't trust you.
Mm.
Like I make communication easy for everybody with me. So if you can't come and talk to me about things, then I can't trust you. And trust is the number one thing for me. I don't
Yeah,
like liars, and so no, I can't because you're dishonest. I don't need to be around dishonest.
okay. So that leads into the next question. Do you think it's okay to keep secrets from your partner?
Hell no. No, no. For what? Like everything is. One sec. Little technical difficulties. The damn cat is jumping in the. Uh, no, I don't think it's good to keep secrets. Because eventually it's gonna come out, and you're gonna have a bigger problem on your hands. So you might as well just get it over with and say what it is.
Absolutely. Like the secret better be like, hey, I got you another PS5 or something. Like, yeah, that better be the secret. But I feel you there. So a good one here is it better to have a partner who's your best friend or someone who challenges you?
Ooh. Okay, so that's hard. Um,
Why is it hard?
because you want your partner to be your best friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to be able to do things with your partner. But I also like a person to challenge me. Like I'm one of those people that need a person to keep me on my toes and to challenge what I say per se. Not everything, but if you have an opinion on something, I want to know what it is. If we're talking about anything, it could be the stupidest thing, but if you don't agree with it, I need you to say it and why you don't agree with that certain thing. So, yes, to a point, I need that challenge. I actually find that very attractive when a person has her own opinion. I hate women that listen to what I say and then pretty much just repeat the same thing I said.
Right. So in other words, you don't want a yes man.
I
You want
can't.
somebody that's gonna like, maybe like call you on your bullshit or,
Yeah.
you know, keep you on your toes. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. I'm one that needs that. I don't know about a lot of other people. A lot of other people just like to be. They like yes men. They like their friends as yes men. They like their girl as a yes. No, I'm not that person. I need you to tell me when I'm full of shit. If you think I'm full of shit on something, be like, dude, you full of shit, and then tell me why I'm full of shit. Like that's what I want.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm the same way there where, if it's a yes man and it's a relationship, it's boring. Sorry, it's
Yeah.
just boring. So I definitely want somebody to call me on my bullshit. Let me know when I'm wrong, because I'm a Taurus, man. I'm hard headed, so it's it's good for me to hear. Calm down, take a step back, think of it this way, think of it that way, and let me know how people feel, man. My wife has called me out on so many different occasions, and it does depend on how you call me out too. So
Yeah.
she's called me out in private so
Hmm.
many different occasions where it's like she made me think, well, how does that person feel about what was said and how you took it? How do you think your words were interpreted? Could you have said it differently? And it just makes me realize, like, oh shit, like, even though, yes, I like to be blunt and give it to people raw and uncut,
Yeah.
but there's also ways you can massage that so you don't come off as a dick 24/7. You don't come off rude 24/7. You know what I mean? But there are those situations where you have to be blunt,
Yeah.
and that's what I like. With me and my wife, we're alike, but we're so yin and yang that we just make sense. Like it's crazy, and I love that. Even with like friendships, like, dude, on paper, me and you are total opposites. You're West
Yeah.
Side till you die. I'm
Yeah.
East Coast to the most. You know what I mean? So it's just weird, but we click and mesh really well.
Yes.
And when you have a yes man, it's just like, I don't know, like me, when I know I got a yes man around, I'll just fuck with him and just be like, hey, you want to go do this? Yeah, we should go do this, just to see if I can push that
Yeah.
limit. Then I know, nah, you a sucker. We're good. We need to hang out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, you guys definitely find somebody that can challenge you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they're challenging you 24/7, you probably got a hater, so you don't want that around you. So we've got some questions answered for you guys. I hope you guys were entertained. You like what you heard. If you do, please leave a comment. Remember to subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Let us know how we're doing. If you want to reach out to us directly, hit us up on our email, thejktheory@gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Jay,
Okay.
and this is the JK Theory. Peace.
Peace.